Hey everybody, Coach White here with the White Print Podcast. I am at home tonight. I'm not on the street, but I got my man, Mr. Long, here with me. What's up, Mr. Long?
Hey, how you feeling, Coach White? I'm excited about tonight's episode. We're actually on episode number 10.
Number 10.
Yep.
Amen. Number
Ep-
10. Well, this one is a headbanger on tonight
That's right.
because the title tonight is Fake It Till You Make It. And let me tell you
Wow.
something. On tonight's episode, we are talking about faking it until you make it. Now, some people fake too much. You know,
Uh-huh.
some people, some people fake too much, man. I'm talking about faking it in business. I'm talking about building your structure like you got money. I'm talking about acting like your business is bigger than what it is and preparing yourself for what it's going to be. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about stunting. I'm just
Right.
talking about being real to yourself, like preparing yourself to where your business is going, preparing your mind, preparing
That's
your routine. You know what I'm saying? If you make $1 million a year, if that's what you want to make, then you got to plan your schedule. You got to plan. You can't be sleeping. I mean, it's just so much stuff you got to do. Like you got it. So tonight's episode is really talking about fake it until you make it. And I want to, and before I get into it, I just want to give a background what fake it till you make it mean to me.
mhm.
The healthy version. The healthy version. It's not about lying or being fraudulent. It just means a couple things. Act with confidence before you feel ready. Just be confident, right? So you got to act with confidence like you're already ready, right?
Right.
Step into the role of a CEO before you get there, right? And practice the habits of who you want to become until you get there. And if you don't do that, then all you're doing is faking it. But this is the healthy version of faking it until you make it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got so many people asking me certain things, but then I got some people acting like they too good to ask me questions or they too good for me to talk to them and they ain't got nothing. And that's everybody's business, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right.
so open and transparent because it took a lot of bumps and bruises to get where I am. So that's why I'm starting this podcast. That's why we on episode 10. I have books. That's why I have things that help people because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is. So that's where we at tonight, Mr. Long.
So when you talk about fake it till you make it, I've heard that term many times, many times. But
Hmm.
I know that you're coming from it from a different angle. As with someone who's starting a business or someone who's trying to get a big contract. Say someone is going into a meeting to
Hmm.
land a big contract.
Hmm.
How important and imperative is it for them to walk into that meeting with confidence in their business?
Man, it's so imperative because is what happens is if you don't confidence when you get your first shot,
Right.
the person that's giving you the shot is going to feel it.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like I told you, sometimes you have to practice the habits you are becoming until it becomes real. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So when somebody gives you a contract, somebody gives you an opportunity to do something in business, somebody give you something, somebody gives you a break, you have to already have been in practice
Hmm.
to who you wanted to be so that when the break comes, you are ready.
That's right.
If you get up at 12 noon, I'm already out the house doing business, right?
Right.
Now 12 noon might be different from somebody that has an online business or different things like that. That's totally fine. But understanding whatever habits that you have to build good habits to becoming that exceptional entrepreneur. And it starts
That's
with discipline. It starts with blocking out the noise. It starts with just doing what's comfortable for you to be great. Because you already know if you're gonna be great. You already know like the habits that you have that's really good and the habits that you already have that's bad. And you already know the habits that's not going to bring you $1 million compared to the ones that's going to only keep you right at getting 1,000 when you should be getting 10,000, 50,000 per job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
That's right.
You already know. You already know. So to answer that question completely, I admonish everybody when you get your shot, you should already have the habits of what you want to become when you go into that boardroom or when you go into that interview or when you go and sign the contract. You should already have the habits. You should already know the talk. You should already know the walk. You should already be in position in your mind because you have pushed yourself, you have trained yourself, and you have act like you already have the $1 million contract. That's it. If I answered the
Wow.
question.
Yes, you did. And I've always heard this saying as well. Um, preparation, when preparation meets opportunity.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So
That is amazing.
for the people who are watching or listening right now, we know that Coach White has many successful businesses. Can you give them an example of how you had your preparation meet one of your opportunities?
Well, what happened is like right now, the hardware store is opening up. In my area, um, this weekend there's a big snowstorm, right?
Oh yeah,
So I had to prepare to get the hardware store ready, not knowing that it was going to be a snowstorm, right? But the
right.
preparation is there for a hardware store because I got salt,
Oh
I
yeah,
got rock salt, I got regular salt. I got salt that doesn't crack your concrete. I got shovels. I got little shovels. I got big shovels. I got everything for an ice storm or a snowstorm. So I'm already prepared. So when I open, even though I'm opening in a good weekend, because there's a weekend where everybody needs something that the hardware store has, shovels and
that's
salt,
right.
right? We're supposed to get a foot of snow. So I already had preparation, not knowing that the day I'm opening the store is the day that the store has to sell out of salt and shovels,
That's
right?
right.
But I'm prepared for it because guess what? I'm preparing my business for a snowstorm. I'm preparing my business for the next contractor walking in the door. I'm preparing my business for the homeowner that has mice. I'm preparing
Hmm.
for them to come in and get what they need from my business. So I'm already preparing myself for what everybody needs, right? But if I wasn't in preparation and I opened up with no salt, no shovels, no mouse pads, no mouse traps, the things that people need every day in life,
That's right.
being a hardware store, guess what? I'll be unprepared. And I had all this time to get prepared. Don't squander the time you have for preparation. You have to prepare for everything that your business, every need that your business is supposed to meet when you open the door. If your business is a hardware store, you should have salt. You should have sand. You should have kitty litter. You should have shovels. You should have everything people use for salt and ice. I mean, for snow and ice, right? So if
I
you're a
agree.
baker, you should have flour, egg, sugar, right?
Yeah,
You should have the containers. If you're a baker, I mean, right? So what happens is fake it until you make it. But remember, practice the habits of who you are going to become before you become the real person. So guess what? Before I even opened the door, I was practicing being a real hardware store by making sure I had everything I needed to become a real hardware store. What happens with business owners and everybody, even if I'm a speaker or a preacher, if I don't prepare for it, it's not going to
right.
mean anything if I don't prepare for it. If I'm a football player and I don't prepare for it, guess what? I'm not going to be in a condition to play a whole game. You have to prepare you have to prepare so that you can be ready to become who you are when you get the real shot to open up. It's just preparation. So faking it until you make it is preparing until you make it. It's
Right.
preparing until you get the opportunity. That's what it is.
And also, how important is it for you to have the right mind frame, the right mindset? How do you get in that mindset to, fake it till you make it?
Well, the thing about it is, you have to prepare your mind, right? Like you belong.
Mm-hmm.
Then you perform until you get there. So you got to prepare your mind like you belong, right? Then you got to walk in confidence while you're still in construction. Good
That's
God
good,
Almighty.
right? Yeah, that's good right there.
I'm gonna tell him one more time. You have to walk in confidence while you're still in construction. Last thing, faith first,
Mm-hmm.
and then skills follows.
Wow.
Faith first,
Faith
and skill
first, then
follows.
skills follow.
Yep,
And you
yep.
dropping a lot of nuggets on tonight, man. Feel like
That I
McDonald's
mean,
dropping 10-piece nuggets over here.
man. Listen. The danger side and what not to do is a lot of people fake stuff. You got a lot of doctors on Facebook. You got a lot of doctors on TikTok. You got a lot of
Uh-huh.
fake people on TikTok saying, "Listen, don't fake credentials. Don't promise what you can't deliver, and don't skip learning systems and or discipline."
Right.
So a lot of people fake certificates. You know where my certificate comes from? The work I put in on the street,
Uh-huh.
the work I put in learning by failing. Listen. All my kids, I put all my kids through college.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, my kids, they went through
Right.
college, right? I stopped my freshman, sophomore year. I didn't finish school, but I was determined that the school system wasn't going to my college, my lack of not having a business degree. I wasn't going to allow that to not let me do business, even in the corporate world, even in the
Right.
real estate aspect, because I do real estate. I don't have a real estate license. I don't need a real estate license when I'm flipping houses and I'm buying auction houses. I'm making deals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing uh I'm getting people to hold a note. I'm wholesaling. I don't need a real estate license to do that. I mean, I don't need to sit. I just can't sit in class anymore because I'm not saying school is bad because I pay for my kids to go, right?
Right.
But the thing about it is, for me, I don't want to tell anybody that I have all these credentials or certificates. I don't. What I do have is plain old trial and error knowledge of what not to do and what to do. And I learned by failing a lot. I didn't have a lot of mentors. I got mentors now, but I didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of mentors when I started. I didn't understand my taxes. I didn't understand the insurance. I didn't understand a lot of things about housing and business, but I learned, and it's been 20, almost 25 years of business now. And
Wow.
I don't owe it not to myself. It's just the grace of God. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
If I go to the biblical um, angle, right? And I don't want to get too biblical because I know I got people that don't even know if you like God or not, but I love God. But the biblical angle is Romans 4 and 17. Call those things which be not as though they are
All
or
right.
were, right? And then James 2 and 17, faith without works is dead.
Dead.
So what I said was faith first, skill follows. That's my motto, right? I gotta have faith in the skills that I have through God. So anyway,
That's right.
faith
You said
say I
faith.
can. Faith first,
Mm-hmm.
skill follows.
That's important. That's very important. To have you first of all, you gotta have faith that you can, do it, that you can be successful. and you
Hmm.
also have to put in the works, like you said, because faith
Hmm.
without works is dead. I
That's what it
mean, we
says, and
can
I,
we can want it to happen all day long, but if we ain't putting in the work,
man,
it
even
ain't gonna
even
happen.
even for anybody that's doing anything like we do, you gotta have faith that it's going to work.
That's right.
And then the thing about it is, faith says I can, right?
Hmm.
And then work makes it true.
That's right.
Faith says I can, works makes it true, right?
That's right.
So, so I mean, if I don't get up in the morning and I don't have faith in what I'm doing, then I might as well stay in the bed. But then if I have faith in what I'm doing, so faith says I can, and then now I'm gonna go work to make it true.
That's right.
That's it. So when we faking it till we make it, hey, you gotta have some key principles in that. In that, I told a young lady she's about to now want to get a gymnast studio. I said,
Uh huh.
man, go for it, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She was, she's one of my students. Let's go for it. We remember
Hmm.
your business have to solve three problems, right? You have to solve three problems with your business, and your business have to be able to pivot, not just one thing, because we're living in the time right now where one thing just not going to make it. If I just sold potato wedges, I'm not going to make it, right? If I sold
Right.
chicken with no fries, I'm not going to make it. If I sold chicken with no drink, I'm not going to make it because they're not going to go down the street and buy the drink somewhere else.
Right.
They're going to go somewhere where it has everything,
Everything.
solving a problem. So I ain't gonna hold y'all long tonight. Any more questions, man? Because I'm fired up and I got plenty more to say, but that's another podcast. But we're talking about faking it until you make it. And remember, faith says I can. Works makes it true. Man, I know you got one more last question.
Oh yeah, of course. Now, as we're talking about faking it till you make it, what advice would you have for that person who have gotten to that point where they feel as though they have made it?
They had
How
they have
important
made it.
is, yeah, they feel as though they have made it.
Hmm.
They feel like, okay, I'm out of the faking it part. I feel like
Hmm.
I'm here now. We here now. This is what we
Hmm.
doing. How
Hmm.
important is it for them to keep learning that craft and don't just stop at their ceiling, but keep learning your craft?
Because if they don't, a Mack truck is going to come out of nowhere and they won't be prepared for it.
Mm,
Because if you think just because you got one contract, remember, it's a contract, right?
right.
Contracts can be broken.
Yep.
Contracts have clauses that always get the person who gave you the contract out,
Hmm.
right? You ain't that smart. You can't afford a lawyer that's going to read that contract and you're going to pay that lawyer $5,000 to read a contract unless it's $1 million contract. You going to do that, right?
Right.
But it's still, if they give you $1 million contract, they have lawyers with an S that's making sure that they can get you out of it if you underperforming, if you bring the wrong people in there, if you tear their stuff up. It's so many
Hmm.
things. So don't think just because you do something great or your donut tastes good that you arrive. You still have to perfect what you have and keep on perfecting because long as you're in business, it's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be rainy days. It's going to be snowy days. It's
Hmm.
going to be sunshiny days. But remember this. Remember this the most. You have to be ready for the unexpected in business. So if you think you made it, and if you don't have a unexpected plan, which who knows what that is because we don't know what the unexpected is.
That's right.
I mean, you don't know what the unexpected is. I had a contract in Carroll County, Maryland, and one of my guys were driving the forklift, the stand-up forklift. They drove it
Hmm.
right out the door. That forklift is a $10,000 forklift. I jumped down off of the loading dock, drove the thing around the back of the building, trying to get it back in the building before they came out, trying to save my contract.
Mm-hmm.
And this dumb
Wow.
guy, this dumb, well, I won't call anybody dumb, but one
Right.
of my workers wasn't paying attention. I don't know what his mindset was because remember, a lot of contracts we do, you need somebody sometimes, unless it's an online
Right.
contract and you doing all the work and you staying up until the middle of the wee hours of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who knows? You might be a day trader. All right. The way the economy is, we go to war, we try to take Greenland. Who knows what can happen? Nobody knows. That's why the Bible say take no thought for tomorrow because tomorrow will handle itself. I know y'all
That's
saying stop putting all this, but that's me. So sorry, 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 sorry. Um, but like I said, man, tonight, if you're out of the fake it until you make it stage, remember this: you still have to keep on preparing for greatness and diversity and pivoting, and who knows what comes up. That's just business, right?
that's right.
So just prepare and keep on preparing.
That's right. And like if someone wants to get in contact with you, if they would like for you to coach them, how would they get in contact with you?
My website, lcwhiteinvest.com or lcwhiteinvest@gmail.com. Hit me up. Hit me up. Or my Facebook page, or my Twitter page, or my maybe it's X now, TikTok page. Um, you can find me on all the social medias,
Yeah, he
YouTube.
on everything now. He on Black
Yeah,
Planet. We don't even
yeah.
MySpace.
Snapchat. I don't know. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere, man. So y'all can find me. Listen, I'll be glad to come to your workshop or your conference, whether it's church, whether it's business, whether it's community, whatever you need me for, I can tailor made because I'm in the community, I'm in the church, I'm in the business world. If you look at my TikToks and my YouTube, you're gonna say, what does he don't do? Well, God has blessed me to do a lot. And I'm thankful that I can share it to you. You don't need the blueprint when you have the white print.
That's right. This episode number 10, the White Print Podcast. Tonight's topic was fake it till you make it. Holla at your boys. We'll see y'all next week and God bless.
All right. Peace.